السلام علیکم که جور صدمن باشه شما دقیقا نازنین قبلا با شما راجع به ادورب صحبت کنم. اگه مرور بکنیم به درس قبلی ما ادورب به 3 دسته تقسیم کنم. یکی kinds است. kinds یعنی انواع میشه. راجع به انواعش صحبت کنیم شما دقیقا. Oops, I need to choose this one. Yeah, I talked about kinds. Okay, let me put one ace there. positions موقعیت هایش گفتم. comparisons. خب این تقسیماتش بود که در ویدیوی قبلی صحبت کردم. kinds بعد انواعش اینجا به شما نوشته کردیم. انواع زی چی هست؟ شردقند انواع adverb هست. adverbs of manner. اگر در فارسی ترجمه بکنیم adverbs of manner یعنی قیود چی میشه؟ قیودی به حالت میشه. این manner چی معنا؟ What about manner? manner یعنی حالت دیگه. adverbs of manner اگر بوم قیود حالت دیگه. بعد میاییم adverbs of چی هستن؟ adverbs of frequency. adverbs of frequency قیودی تکراری میشه. بعد adverbs of time است. adverbs of place و همین قسم چند تا adverb بر شما اینجا ما صحبت کنم. بعد آمدیم به adverbs of manner. من اینجا تعریف شد بر شما نوشته کنیم are used to show how an action happens. بعد این مثال ها را اینجا بر شما نوشته کنیم. بعد اینجا است how to form an adverb of manner. خب راجع به فرمیشن صحبت میکنم در این ویدیو. خوب دقت بکنین که اگر adverb of manner شما چه قسم تشکیل بتین. خب این بسیار واضح و آسان است. آسان به این خاطر است که یک نفر میگه که ما کمی ایلوای بانم یک adverb یعنی adverb of manner میشه. مثلا بعد از صفت. خب یه بعضی قوانین خود می داشته باشه. خب ما باید اول قانون زیر دانه دانه بخونیم. خب نمبر اول نوشته میکنم شده قند. مثلا نمبر اول چی نوشته بکنیم؟ این بسیار ساده صحبت میکنیم. اولش شما باید قسمی یاد بگیریم. ما باش کم سفر پایین بیارم اینجا بر شما. اول زیر قسمی ما شما یاد بگیریم خوب است. به طور مثال چه قسمی؟ اول یک چی باشه؟ صفت باشه. دایتون باشه صفت میتونه به adverb تبدیل شوه. صفت اسم تبدیل نمیشه. خب فعل تبدیل نمیشه. یعنی there should be an adjective that we can change into adverb. Okay, so an adjective, yes, adjective. If we have adjective, if I put ly, this will be changed into an adverb. یه به یک adverb تبدیل میشه. خب یک شاگرد پرسان میکنه یک مثال برسی بگوی. مثال ازی آسان است. به طور مثال slowly. This slow is an adjective. Okay, remember that. Okay, slow is an adjective. Example Grisha eg. Okay, slow is an adjective. So if I put slow again, if I put ly, so slowly. What about slowly? Slowly is an adverb. What about slow? Slow is an adjective. What about slowly is an adverb. This is an adverb. My intelligent students, another example. مثال بعدی کار میکنم برای شما. خوب دقت بکنید چطور adverb of manner تبدیل بکنیم. بسیار واضح و آسان است. The next one is for example quick. What is that? Quick. So quick, if I put ly, so that will be quickly. Yes, quickly. Let me choose another pen for you. Let me use this pen because this is right here. Yes, quickly. What about, okay, quick is an adjective. What about quickly? Quickly is an adverb. And what's that, please? An adverb. That was there. See, even this one is checking. Think about this smart smart gadgets, how they are thinking about these things. Okay, quick. That's terrible, yeah. But this is somehow about math. It's not about English, because these smart gadgets are totally different. For example, 2 times 2, if I put this one, the answer would be there. Yes, that's Okay, for example, 4. It's really good for mathematics. Anyway, but we are studying English. So another example, my intelligent students, that's beautiful. Beautiful, you know, all this is an adjective. خب beautiful شما میفهمین که یک چیز است، یک صفت است. خب پس ما میخوایم به adverb تبدیل بکنم. I want to change this one into an adverb, so I need to say beautifully. How do you say beautifully? My intelligent students, what about beautiful? Beautiful is an adjective. What about beautifully? Beautiful is an adverb. The way to change an adjective into an adverb, put ly. This is the first rule. ای قانون اول است. ایت نیست که قانونی این بسته قانون برازی باشه. Let's come to the second rule. بیاین به قانون دوم. So the next rule that I'm going to teach you, it's a little bit different. So for example, if an adjective, let me say if an adjective ends ختم گردد in what? If an adjective ends in le, not just l, okay? le. If an adjective ends in le, okay, remove e. E را حذف کنین, okay? Remove e and add y instead. مگه بجایش چیز اضافه بکنین؟ y اضافه بکنین دیگه. او را خودش حذف بکنین، اما ای را بجایش y اضافه بکنین، اون قسم بعد ورب تبدیل میشه. بطور مثال مگه مثال کارکو. Okay, this is, let me write an example here. Terrible. Yeah, okay, the example, let me put another example. Yes, so we have got such as simple. What do we have? Simple. Yeah, simple is an adjective. Yes, is an adjective. It has ly. It has, sorry, le. Yes, le. گفته ای را حذف بکنین. Okay, so simply. Yes, simple. I want to remove this e. Yes, yep, I removed. Instead of this one, I put one y. Phew. Simple. Yeah, that's terrible. So simple e. I want to remove that e. Yes, make sure. That's fine. Yeah. So right now I need to choose a pen, because if there's the eraser, then I remove all of them. Simple, simply. So for another example, fashionable. Let me write fashionable. Let me choose this pen, because this one looks better. Yeah, fashionable. What's mean fashionable? مدیروس. به طور مدیروس اگه I need to say fashionably. le. When an adjective ends in le, we should remove that e instead of that one. Instead of that one, I need to put fashionable. Yeah. Oh, fashionable. Yes, fashionable instead of this one. Yes. Okay, instead of this e, I need to put something. Yeah, I need to put y. Right now, fashionably بطور مدروس. So I told you, first, our verb should be action verb. Which kind of verb? Action verb. I wrote verb action. It must be action verb. After action verb, we use an adverb. For example, if I make an example for this, so say she dresses. لأن لباس میپوشه fashionably. بطور مدروس میپوشه fashionable گفته نمیتونم، بخاطر که او صفت است. fashionable بعد از چی استفاده شده دیگه؟ fashionably. So if I make an example with simple, with what's that please? Simple. Let me go a little bit down. Yes, simple. Yeah, they Okay, for example, talk. They talk simply. Yes, simply. He explains everything simply. Because our verb is an action verb, we need to use an adverb. Right now we have got the verb here. Which kind of verb is this? This is an action verb. What about dresses? Simple present tense. This is an action verb. After action verb, we need to put an adverb, not an adjective. Because when we have to be verb, after to be verb, we put adjective. For example, he is handsome. Handsome. What do you think about is to be verb? Then handsome is an adjective. Okay, we're not talking about this here, about putting adjective and adverb. I talked about this one long time ago, but when the explanation comes, I need to talk about that one because you would be listening at the time of explanation. So it was the second one. Let's talk about the third one. Yeah. So number 3, rule number 3. Yep. This pen should be there. Yeah. Rule number 3. Yes. Okay. Rule number 3 says if an adjective ends, let me put this one better. Yeah. I'm unaccustomed to this one. Yeah. Okay. Rule number 3 says if an adjective ends in Y. Yes. If an adjective ends in Y. In Y, what should we do with this one? If an adjective ends in Y, اگر یک صفت با چی ختم شه؟ با Y ختم شه. مگه change. Okay. Change Y. Change Y. Okay, change Y into. Okay, or to. They're the same, okay? So change Y into or to. Mostly the people use to, okay? To I, and then وبعدين and then add ly, and then add what's the please? ly وبعدين ly استفادة بكونين. Let me explain this one again. If an adjective ends in okay, let me use this color. So if an adjective ends in y, اگر یک صفت با y ختم شود میگه y تغییر بدین شما به چی؟ با آی تغییر بدین تان باشه. خب با آی تغییر بدین و بعدا چیز اضافه بکنین ly. خب بیاین که یک مثال کار بکنیم. Okay, let's try an example. Let me put something here, the pen. Yes, that's fine right now. Okay, yes. If an adjective ends in y, for example, that should be happy. Yes, that's happy. Happy ends in in y. Oops, that's terrible. So they put in anyway. Okay, happy. So when you are using electronic or electric gadgets for these things, of course they are totally different some ways. Okay, sometimes. Yes, happy. I hope this is okay now in this time. Yes, happy. So I should change this y into what? Into I, and then I should put ly. Happily. Happily. Yes. For example, he speaks happily. They explain things happily. I teach this one happily. I can help you happily. The next example would be, for example, lucky. Yes, lucky. Lucky, yeah? It ends in y. با y ختم شده. So I should put this one lucky. I should change this y into I. After that, what should I put? ly. Luckily, they, for example, came here. Luckily, they came here. Something like that, okay? So The next one, okay, easy. Yeah, let me use this pen, the black one for this, but let me clean this first. Yeah, okay, so easy. Yeah, easy, آسان. So easy, we should change that y into I. After that, what should we put? ly, easily. For example, he explains things. What's that? Easily. یعنی بطور آسان تشریح میکنه. Okay, it was number 3. Okay, it was number 3. So number 4 is a little bit different. So I hope I remember that. Number 4, because I was teaching all these things long time ago. It's not my type. I'm so old now for teaching. So as someone asked many times, so you continue, I'm continuing this. It would be a good help for you guys. Yeah. Okay. So number 4 says, if an adjective. If an adjective. Yes. If an adjective ends in what? No, I see. It's not 100% this rule, okay? Any rule cast صد%, okay? It doesn't, it cannot be, let me say, it cannot be applied for all adjectives. For all adjectives, remember that. You need to find the rest, okay? You have AI that would be really helpful. If an adjective ends in IC, let me put this one. I don't know. They removed this. If they removed this iPod is terrible then. Yeah. So, okay, if an adjective ends in IC, we, okay, should put, I have to use this one must. Yes, must, because this is a rule. Yes, should برای توصیه استفاده میشه. خب باید از چی استفاده شه؟ از must استفاده شه. must, we must قانون است. خب must برای قانون استفاده میشه. have to برای قانون استفاده میشه. must این دو. These two are used for rules, regulations. Okay? برای قوانین از نوع استفاده بکنین. Or for example, you can say force, obligation, yes, مجبوریت. But should و ought کسته خب should, ought. بعضی ought to گفتن. در اصل کسته ought است. اینا باید توسعه استفاده میشه. Okay. They changed the shape. I'm sorry for that. We must put, yeah, I used this one. We must put ALLY. ALLY. We must put ALLY. I hope they don't bring any other changes. Okay, let's write an example for this one. I hope that I can remember the example. Yes, basic. Yes, the next one, logic. Let me write this one. I don't forget it. Yes. Okay, basic. The next one, logic. Basic. Yes, basic. I need to put ALLY. Yes, ALLY. Basically. The next one, logically. Let me choose this pen. Yes. Okay, logic. Yes, logic. I need to put ALLY. Logically. بطور منطقي. بطور ابتدائي. Basically, you can say. Yes, number 4. Okay, number 5. Let's talk about number 5. Okay, number 5. So I think it's number 5. Yes. Oh, yeah. Finally, I remembered to write this 5 correctly. Yes, but that was very terrible. Yes, if someone said, yeah, that's not something like that we expected. Anyway, so there are some adjectives which cannot be changed in this way. Yeah, let me say in these ways. Which ways? In these ways. Yeah, there are, some adjectives. There are some adjectives بعضی صفت ها هستن which cannot be cannot یک لغت نوشتن خب مثل یک لغت داری تو جدا جدا نوشتن نکنیم مثلا can اینجا نوشتن ناته یک اشتباهی عام است خب there are some adjectives which cannot be changed in these ways. Which ways? In these ways. ام چهار طریقه دیگه گفتم خب in these ways هم طریقه بالا in these ways. Okay, but we can change them. But we can change them okay into adverbs. با قیود ها میتونیم تبدیل کنیم into adverbs by this. Okay, let me say by this structure. Yes, there's a structure for that. یک structure است برازو. Okay, let me go a little bit yes down. Yeah, let me put the structure. Yes, structure. Okay, so for example first subject یک جمله دیگه است خب so subject plus verb. Yes, so then you can put object if there is one object, then you say in, you put a or an if your adjective is and okay if your adjective starts with vowel, so of course you need to put an. Then adjective, yes, adjective, then so you need to put then you need to put way or you need to put manner. Yes, so for example let me write those adjectives. Okay, what do you say, a list of them. A list of those adjectives, for example, can be lovely. Okay, lovely is not an adverb. It is an adjective. یک adverb نیست. قید نیست. خب یک صفت است. Lovely. Lovely عاشقانه. Silly احمقانه. Okay. Lovely, silly, brotherly, برادرانه. Okay, the next one, sisterly. Sisterly, خواهرانه. Fatherly, پدرانه. So the next one you say motherly. Yes, motherly, مادرانه. Yeah, etc. Or you let me say friendly. Friendly وغیره. زیاد است یعنی چند تایش بعدیم هست. Okay, so let's make an example with them. Yeah, you first subject then verb. You talk to me. You talk to me. How do you talk to me? Let me clean this one because they are not on the line, so that's why they are just moving around. That's so stupid. So it was another stupidity. So for example, you talk to me, and then I need to put in for example brotherly way. تو مگه همراه ما برادران صحبت میکنیم. The next one, for example, I advise him. For example, I advise him in a friendly way. این جمله درست است. Okay, اگر بگم که I advise him. Okay, for example, friendly, this is wrong. اشتباه است. بخاطر friendly adverb است. adverb بعد از فعل عمل استفاده میشه. بعد از فعل چی باشه؟ بعد از فعل to be verb باشه دیگه. مثلا به طور مثال he is friendly یا she is friendly. اون to verb دیگه نه. یعنی structure است. مثلا این یک دانه از استفاده میکنم. Or let me say motherly. For example, she behaved. رفتار کرد behaved. She behaved, for example, as همراه ما رفتار کرد in a motherly, what is that, way. Or can you put manner? That's also same, but which one is common? More common, let me say. That's way. Yeah. How to form an adverb of, okay, for example, manner. These are the examples and I wrote. So the next video, I want to divide. Okay, so I divided actually I divided, for example, okay, adverb of manner, how to form adverb of manner. So I think I need to talk about this one in another way. I didn't do that. Yeah, so for example, that was, yeah, I can divide it now as well for you. For example, I can put this one, okay, as number one. For example, regular adverb of manner. Regular adverb of manner. For example, I put number one, regular adverbs of manner. Yes, you know چی بدن؟ با قاعده بدن دیگه. regular. باز برای ویدیو بعدی irregular صحبت میکنیم. irregularش که بسیار آسان است. چند تا adverb است که اونا بی قاعده هستند. Okay, so you need to practice more. In this way you can catch better. Thank you so much. Have a nice time.